Right now, as you're watching this, there's an energy source more powerful than gasoline flowing through your house. You turned it on this morning to brush your teeth. You used it to make coffee. Your kids splash around in it during bath time. You probably wasted gallons of it while doing dishes last night. But what if I told you that this same clear, odorless liquid could end your dependence on gas stations forever? What if I told you that every time you turn on your kitchen faucet, you're looking at the fuel that could replace oil, gas, and coal combined? Stay with me for the next 11 minutes, because I'm about to show you why the biggest energy companies in the world are quietly investing billions of dollars in what's flowing out of your tap right now. Let's start with something we all share. Whether you live in a penthouse in Manhattan or a farmhouse in Iowa, whether you're watching this from Tokyo or London or Lagos, you have this energy source in your home. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, young or old, liberal or conservative, you use this energy source dozens of times every single day. I'm talking about water. Plain, simple H2O. But here's what nobody tells you. Water isn't just water. It's actually two of the most powerful elements in the universe, held together by invisible forces that we can break apart with basic electricity. Think about your morning routine for a second. You wake up and stumble to the bathroom. You turn on the faucet, and there it is. The fuel of the future, flowing at about 2 gallons per minute. You splash some on your face, brush your teeth, maybe take a shower. The average person uses that faucet 15 to 20 times per day. Each time, you're interacting with enough raw energy to power a small car for miles. But instead of harnessing that energy, we just let it disappear down the drain. Your monthly water bill? Let's say it's $50. That same $50 worth of water, if converted to hydrogen fuel, could power your car for an entire month. Think about that. Your water bill could replace your gas bill. But it gets crazier. The average American family uses 300 gallons of water per day. That's 109,500 gallons per year flowing through your home. If even 10% of that became fuel, you'd never need to visit a gas station again. And this isn't some distant future technology. The science has existed for over 200 years. In 1800, scientists figured out how to split water into hydrogen and oxygen using electricity. We've just been too busy burning dinosaur remains to pay attention. Now, you might be thinking, if this is so amazing, why isn't everyone doing it? Great question. And the answer reveals one of the biggest economic conspiracies of our time. See, turning water into fuel costs money. Today, it costs about $5 to make 1 kilogram of hydrogen from water. That same kilogram of hydrogen has the energy equivalent of 1 gallon of gasoline. So right now, water-based fuel costs about $5 per gallon equivalent. That sounds expensive, right? Those costs are plummeting faster than smartphone prices in the 2000s. In 2015, making hydrogen from water cost $15 per kilogram. Today it's $5. By 2030, experts predict it'll cost $1.50. By 2035, some regions could see costs below $1 per kilogram. Imagine filling up your car for $1 per gallon equivalent. Imagine heating your house for pennies. Imagine never worrying about gas prices again. But that's just the direct costs. Let's talk about the hidden costs of what we're doing now. Every time you fill up your gas tank, about 30% of what you're paying goes to oil company profits. Another 20% goes to taxes. Only 50% actually pays for the fuel itself. With hydrogen from water, there are no oil company middlemen. No geopolitical tensions affecting prices. No cartels controlling supply. Water is literally the most abundant resource on our planet. We have 1.4 billion cubic kilometers of it. That's enough to power human civilization for millions of years, even if our energy consumption increased by 1,000%. And unlike oil, water doesn't run out when you use it for energy. When you burn gasoline, it turns into CO2 and disappears forever. When you use hydrogen from water for energy, it turns back into water. Pure, clean water that you can drink or use again. Let's do a little experiment right now. If you're at home, go to your kitchen sink and turn on the faucet. Just let it run for 10 seconds. In those 10 seconds, enough water just flowed out to produce hydrogen that could power a small car for about 2 miles. The energy potential that just went down your drain could charge your smartphone for a week. But here's the mind-blowing part, you're not just looking at fuel. You're looking at the solution to climate change, energy independence, air pollution, and economic inequality all in one clear, simple molecule. See, when we burn fossil fuels, we're essentially taking carbon that was safely buried underground for millions of years and pumping it into our atmosphere. It's like taking garbage from a landfill and spreading it through your house. Eventually, your house becomes unlivable. But hydrogen from water produces zero emissions. When you use it for energy, the only byproduct is pure water vapor. Instead of polluting the air, you're literally cleaning it. Your kitchen faucet could be connected to a small device about the size of a dishwasher that splits water into hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen gets stored in a tank in your garage. The oxygen gets released into your home, making your indoor air cleaner and fresher. That stored hydrogen could power fuel cells that provide electricity for your entire house. It could fuel your car, heat your home, charge your devices. Everything you currently pay separate bills for, electricity, gas, gasoline, could come from one source, your kitchen faucet. And unlike solar panels or wind turbines, this works 24/7, regardless of weather. Water doesn't depend on sunshine or wind. Your kitchen faucet works at midnight in December just as well as it works at noon in July. Now, let's zoom out and see the bigger picture. Because this isn't just about your personal energy bills. This is about completely reshaping human civilization. Right now, we have a global energy system built on scarcity and control. Oil and gas exist in specific locations, controlled by specific countries and companies. This creates artificial scarcity, price manipulation, and geopolitical conflicts. But water is everywhere. Every country has water. Every city, every town, every village. You can't embargo water. You can't corner the water market. You can't start wars over water access in the same way we fight over oil. This means energy independence for everyone. Small countries wouldn't need to import fuel. Developing nations could leapfrog fossil fuel infrastructure entirely. Rural communities could become energy self-sufficient. Think about what this means for your community. Instead of sending money to oil companies and foreign governments, your energy dollars would stay local. Instead of gas stations owned by multinational corporations, you'd have neighborhood hydrogen stations, maybe even home-based systems. The trucking industry is already paying attention. Long-haul trucks need to travel 500+ miles without refueling, which batteries can't handle. But hydrogen from water can power trucks across the country with zero emissions. The shipping industry is investing billions in hydrogen-powered cargo ships. These massive vessels that currently burn the dirtiest fuel on Earth could soon run on the cleanest fuel possible. Airlines are developing hydrogen-powered aircraft for medium-haul flights. Imagine flying from New York to Los Angeles with zero carbon emissions, powered by what essentially amounts to water. But the biggest transformation is happening in heavy industry. Steel production, which accounts for 8% of global CO2 emissions, is being revolutionized by hydrogen. Instead of using coal to turn iron ore into steel, companies are using hydrogen. The result? Steel with zero carbon footprint. Even oil companies are quietly investing in hydrogen technology. They know the writing is on the wall. Shell has committed $10 billion to hydrogen projects. BP is building hydrogen production facilities. Saudi Arabia, the oil capital of the world, is planning a $500 billion hydrogen city. They know that hydrogen from water will eventually be cheaper than oil from the ground. The smart money is already moving. Investment in hydrogen technology increased by 500% in the last 5 years. Government commitments to hydrogen development total over $200 billion globally. Japan has committed $3.4 billion annually to hydrogen development. Germany is spending $10 billion on a national hydrogen strategy. The United States just allocated $8 billion for hydrogen hubs across the country. We're approaching what experts call the hydrogen tipping point, the moment when hydrogen from water becomes cheaper than fossil fuels in major markets. Most analyses suggest this will happen between 2025 and 2030. When that happens, the transformation will be rapid and irreversible. Just like how smartphones replaced flip phones in less than a decade, hydrogen from water could replace fossil fuels faster than most people imagine. The infrastructure is already being built. Hydrogen refueling stations are opening across California, Germany, Japan, and South Korea. Major automakers have hydrogen vehicles in production. Home hydrogen systems are being tested in pilot programs worldwide. Your kitchen faucet is connected to a water system that already reaches every building in developed countries. The distribution infrastructure for hydrogen fuel already exists, it's called the water grid. But perhaps the most exciting part is what this means for developing countries. Instead of building expensive oil refineries and gas pipelines, they can build water electrolysis facilities powered by solar panels and wind turbines. They can skip fossil fuels entirely and jump straight to the hydrogen economy. This is bigger than the internet revolution. This is bigger than the smartphone revolution. This is the energy revolution, and it's hiding in your kitchen faucet right now. So the next time you turn on that faucet, remember, you're not just looking at water. You're looking at the fuel that could power human civilization cleanly and sustainably for thousands of years. You're looking at energy independence, climate stability, and economic prosperity all flowing out of your tap at the turn of a handle. The question isn't whether this will happen. The question is whether you'll be ready when it does.